Hello, this is a rating of Dracula2010 by PeterChimaera. Time was in Transylvania. In the future year 2010, many cars were built and they drove across roads made of not dirt but paved technologue. Why microchips were built onto cars and phones and buildings? I am in one of that building. John Bank was a spy who worked for American and Canadian governments in a secret alliance to stop crime. But this time, crime was off the schedule. This is Crime Phone. He introduced himself into a ringing phone. I'm John Bank for the Secret Servicing. The phone rang. Hello, Mr. Bank. I am not a Russian spy, so you don't have to worry. John Bank laughed at his joke because it was a good one, and KGB does not exist anymore yet. How are you doing, Jack Danvers? I am good, my old friend. My wife has baked brownies for your successful mission that saved me in Rosnia. Thank you, wife Jack. I am a lover of brownies, but they're not good to eat all the time without a balanced diet. How goes your mission where you have to defuse bombs? John laughed. I'm defusing them now, in the office. But it was a joke, because the John Bank does not share information with Usians, even if they are friendies. Every year, the Soviet Union might come back, and then it would be danger, us to give away secrets. John looked inside his watch, because he had a computer inside that stores 500 terabytes of bomb data. Jack, I have to go, because my mission needs me. Very good, but where do I send brownies? Put them on the mail special delivery card, because I can pay for it with my government raise. Goodbye, friend, because I must have an actionful hurry. John sprang out of his boomerang chair and walked his way into action run. Lots of time later, John Bank was not on the streets of Hong Kong because he was hasted into the downtown of Transylvania. The city is less advanced, John noticed. There are only phone booths without internet. John noticed. Just then, John noticed that the bomb was in another place. He tracked it using watch tracking of bombs, using its thermobytes. You should be careful, John Bank, said mysterious spy. Who there? Don't waste time. Mysterious spy pulled out a gun, and it was disguised exactly like a briefcase. Astute. John Bank recognized the briefcase. My calculation is wrong. That is not a briefcase. Well done. Mysterious spy said. My name is Renly Craddock, and I am a legal spy for the Mystery Company. John had not heard of the Mystery Company, so he played along with the trick. If that is true, you're very far from headquarters. Not true, Mr. Bong, for you see the headquarters is very close by. What? Where is? I demanding? Mysterious spy turned on his suspicious. Aga, I understand you try to trick me using just that question. Well, if you're so smart, it's time for a kickstart, and John Bank kicked the ninja for a backflip. There wasn't time to make him land, so John ran before he could fall down. We have to find the bomb, John told the downtown woman as he ran across her. Checking transmission, this is John Bank. Where do I find disarming equipment? Transmission said, John Bank, you don't need to get out because the bomb has detonated all of the people. No. How many people die from the radius? Don't understand, John. Why not? Because President John McCain told him on his radio. It's not a radius. We have to evacuate the whole city from its entire diameter. Author's note, if President is Barack Obama, change this. John hurried to government to warn them to evacuate. I am President of Transylvania, said the government. Mr. President, if you don't evacuate from the doom, the bomb will go off. Yes, we know, Mr. Bank, and I have it all under control. The president of Transylvania reached over and pressed a button on his seated chair. Before all of their eyes, a viewing display became visible. What are we looking at? The president was wearing a black cloak, and when he stood up, he was wearing... This is a internet video, and it was showing real time with zombies. Great reliefs, John sighed, wiping his forehead with his eyebrows. When the president wiped his cloak over his shoulders, he said, It is all under control, Mr. Bank, and thank you for America and Canada's assistance for the protecting of our nation. Something seemed suspicious, so John Benak went back to hotel room where he could review his case files. I'll come too, said Chief Michael. You followed me to the mission. This is desperate time, Mr. Agent Bank. I'll help you with all your bombs. Meanwhile, the President Transylvania turns out to be Dracula. How was plan? Talking henchman replied, President Dracula, there's 300 more bombs, but none of them are in our Transylvania pot. They are exported to Romania. Excellent, Dracula seemed. We must carry on the plan of the next phase. The henchman spoke that right away. I am giving permission for the execution. Gulped. Yes, President Dracula.